It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day one of a new project in Culver City. Culver City is in Los Angeles County, and we have this phenomenal opportunity to do something really, really special in this really unique community. So this is probably the longest parking strip I have ever done. You can see that we still have some grass that's coming up, so we're going to get after that first thing. Also note the dog poop. So the idea with the parking strips, we are going to put in some flagstones, and have planting areas between the stones. And more poop. I need to get really creative with this because this is obviously a public sidewalk. This property has a daycare right next door, and I just need to be mindful on all fronts for safety. I don't want, and look at all this irrigation. All these orange flags are irrigation, and I believe we are just turning all the irrigation off, and our client plans on hand watering this garden.
Hey, Mommy, if you have to give direction, please do so.
Okay, and this is looks like a Chinese elm stump, which I will work. I'll work around the stump, and we will just kill all of this. Yes?
Are we going to unload in the driveway here?
We sure can.
That's where the rock.
Sorry about that. We had naturally on day one, everything shows up at once. So we were just dealing with the plants from Waterwise. You will note these beautiful Chinese elms. And you know me, I don't plant under trees, blah, 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 but there are exceptions to every rule. And these Chinese elms, not only are they gorgeous, I mean, they're so structural and beautiful and lacy and open. They are very, very well manicured and maintained by the client. So there's not a tremendous amount of detritus because they're opened and laced very well. But she also understands, and I have managed her expectations about said detritus. So we're all on the same page. These trees serve a purpose. Not only are they visually appealing, but they also provide much needed shade to the house. And they will also provide much needed dappled shade to my installation, so that I was able to basically bring in and plant anything I want. Because this is Los Angeles, it gets very, very hot here, but it is going to be at least 10 degrees cooler under the shade of these elms. All right, so I'm so happy that we have all this rubble that we can also work with. And we're going to be pulling this up, moving it aside. I'm going to be, I don't really know what I'm doing. I never do I? I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going with the client's desire for Disneyland, for color, for just the absolute wow factor. And because this is such a small space, I am going to cover every square inch with intention, not with just plants. There will be zero space. There will be room for the eye to rest. There will be a lot of boulder and rock. We were able to grab a basket of jasper purple from KRC. So we did have all of the rocks brought up from San Diego because there's just not a whole lot up here to choose from. So that's been handled. You will note that Greg is rolling in my 24-inch Yucca rostradas. We got 3 of them in this installation. 3. I don't think I've ever used 3 yuccas before. They're extremely expensive. So these are absolutely beautiful. All right, so yeah, check in with you later. It is already the end of day 1 of our 4-day in Culver City, and so much has happened since I talked to you last. Waterwise delivered plants. This is but merely an assortment of some of the smaller plants. This is going to be a very layered garden. And then, of course, we have the parking strip, which I'm going to do too. So I'm just feeling so good. These are our Baja Cresta. We've also got some jasper purple and then some additional rubble. So we really nailed it on plants and rocks. I'm feeling really good about it. KRC did forget to bring our flagstone, so they're gonna have to make a trip back up tomorrow, but oh well. We don't need the flagstone till probably day 3 anyway. We are just kicking butt and taking names. We got all of the crabgrass out of here, and we have the flags that you see are where we're going to be putting our flagstones. Then in between those flags are going to be mounded and bouldered design areas. I know, right? Gosh, it's going to be so stunning. It's going to be crazy. So, yes, elephant in the room, the honeysuckle stays. Client loves it. Enough said. So the installation starts here. I brought some beautiful glazed pots from Waterwise Botanicals. Got an aloe vera in one of them. These beautiful agave attenuata were in her garden, and she had them cut and set aside for me. They've been sitting as cuttings in the back in the shade for about a month, so they're very well hardened off. Plants like aloe vera and my big 15-gallon crassulavatas and the senecio skyscrapers, those kind of plants are going to be in the parking strip because they're, you know, not dangerous. But look at all the work we got done. Most of the foundations, if not all the foundation plants, are in. My yucca rostratas, Pachypodium gayi, my mangave snow leopard. Here's one of those senecio skyscrapers. I have not used this plant before. I'm not a big senecio girl. I love the color, don't get me wrong, the color's unbeatable, but it tends to go flopsy mopsy. So I'm going to be planting a lot of things around that in the hopes of propping it up. So we'll see how it goes. Another yucca rostrata. I got 3 beautiful barrel cactus. I've got a aloe ferox. I hesitated there for a second because I was just feeling the breeze and noticing the dappled shade. This is just going to work so well no matter how hot it gets. We've been in the shade the entire day. Yeah. So here's another tip. If you are looking for some height, but you've got kind of a narrow space to fill, think about Pachypodium lemerii. This is going to grow taller, of course, but it's not going to get a whole lot wider. Now, it might it will actually throw off some heads at some point. But, you know, I'm looking up here at this Chinese elm, and I don't think this is ever going to compete. I've got little Bicarnia recurvatas, another great choice. They're soft, you know, they're not pokey. I thought this would be a really neat soft thing to put right next to the gate. I don't know yet here. This is just maybe a Cameronii. Look at that cool Pachypodium lemerii. Those are so tropical to me. They just scream tropical oasis, desert oasis. And Lisa, doing what Lisa does, we've got our agave filifera and another Bicarnia recurvata there, and then our 3rd yucca rostrata. So, you know, we moved a lot of boulders. You can see some of them clearly aren't, you know, staged. But here are those big 5-gallon ovatas. Yeah, I've got Cameronii back there, and then some softer tapestry type plant material. Then Daddy's truck has got a bunch of tapestry stuff in it from Oasis. And Hannah, you'll want to get your aeoniums out of your car stat. It just occurred to me it's going to get really hot in there, so get those out of there. Yeah, that's it for today. As I said, super stoked. Everything is just clipping right along. It's really starting to take shape. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you tomorrow. This has been Laura Eubanks for Design for Serenity with day 1 in Culver City, and your succulent tip of the day.